So while you guys are all piling in here, I just wanted to give you the rundown of some emotions, I guess. This is the kind of stuff that will make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Okay? I was aiming for this pink shaded area. That's what I wanted, this double top this morning. And then maybe get that ride back down. I did a midnight update, but it didn't take, unfortunately, of course. Um, if we were, I was mentioning to use the flout as a point in which we would seek support or resistance, and just like as normal, we have such a big dynamic Asian range. So we did get a fractal to the downside, so I'm not surprised we're going down. But when we snapped down for 930, this little Judas there, but when we snapped down for 930, I was looking for this and then so it would look like this. Little poke out of that double bottom, come up, grab those equal highs, and then snap down. That's what I was looking for. But we got the other thing where we go down first, and now we're in this old week opening gap here, the remainder of that shaded area. And yeah, so look, when we go to the 1 minute, look at that. Okay, this is the stuff that'll make you feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Things aren't lining up. We did hit the deviation of the flout. We did see sensitivity. That was that little scalp I took. And she just wanted to fall. So she was making equal lows. This is what, so when we pumped out of that old week opening gap, when it was created, what happens is traders will bury and pile their liquidity there. And when you make those equal lows above it, that's how you know, okay, yeah, it's going to likely go down. So this is like somewhere where I'd like to see a reversal at the 354.5 level. And we hit our Judas. We got some dork talking in the Senate or something, some member. And yeah, let's just stock some order flow. Together. I'm not sure if Sam's live. I didn't see. I woke up literally right at 6:30 and opened my eyeballs, and I was like, wow, why does it feel so early? Ooh, I even went to bed early last night. Sheesh. I like how the midway point of that gap is at the flout deviation. It's funny. So when you're making, so when we were looking like we were shifting market structure, and then we broke that fair value gap and this up close candle here, that would have been our breaker. So we broke it here, closing below the midway point. And even that there. So this is where I said if we lose that 1 minute order block, we're likely going to seek the old week opening gap. So we did see a little sensitivity, but then we smashed right through it. Came up for buy side and then started, making these equal lows above all this liquidity. So that's hilarious. And this could be our ride down right here. The main reason why I launched this is just to show you guys that it's not your fault the algorithm's being a prick. All right? The only thing that's your fault is managing your risk and being very picky with your setups. That's what I was mentioning last night in the YouTube update. Don't force it. The algorithm, when it's grouchy, will make it look like things that you want to see are there, and then they're not. So when you're engaging, make sure it's either deviations, that's what my trade was off of, or higher time frame arrays. Now, this one, I did see it, but I was anticipating us to come up and eat those equal highs up here after our Judas down. And we still could do that. But that was the Judas top here for 930, 933. Mark that in your journal. Hit the higher time frame premium array. I believe that is consequent encroachment. Here, let's just check that out. array is that? So that is the mitigation block right here. I was given that in the update last night that didn't take. My apologies, but that was the Judas for the opening bell there. So, you can't catch them all. Even though we want to. And that macro was really, really lazy. Looking like it's trying to reverse here. So annoying. I'm just gonna check and see if Sam's live. I don't like to be live when he is. Yeah, he's live. And he is looking a little green. Oh, look at it popping back up like a butt face. So this is it right here. Like, this is the stuff that'll drive you insane. This is normal in trading. Not everything's going to be super duper obvious, super to the point, just freak showish. And could see that reversal now. Make sure you like Sam's stream. And just nothing wants to hold. She just wants to be a butt face. Jeez. Looks like our thing could be coming up here. It's all about the close of the candle. So we do have this up close candle we found resistance on. So if we were going to blast back off to the upside, this is what I'd want to see broken through. "30 seconds. Very patient. 14. Three, two, one, and bam. Trade down. Get long. And I'm going to see if we can get up just into this guy here. So we hit both targets from the YouTube update last night. I'm going to see if I can get a reversal. And we'll go from there. I don't know if I'm going to actually hold for a full pull. But if we create an order block here on the 15-minute, this could be our ride. All right. So, look, the main reason why I launched this is just because this is garbage. This sucks. And this will make you feel like you're just never going to get it. And everything I learned is just stupid. I'm with you. It happens. But you can't let this stuff get you down. It's the holiday season. Even my mentor is taking it off. He does this every year. And the In-N-Out burger is the way to be. Don't force things. Just be at ease. I want you guys to go and back test, okay? Go and back test your model at your time. And go see which ones failed, which ones stopped you out, So this is your homework. Backtest your model. Which ones worked out, stopped out, played out, and I think that's it, right? Okay, so if you go and backtest your model at your time, you have to have a relationship for, just 1 second. You have to have a relationship for taking L's and why it's important to take an L. Because if you don't, you're just going to keep using all the good models to be recovering and not consistently growing your portfolio. Does that make sense? So if your model works 7, 5, 6 times out of 10, well, you don't want to be destroying yourself on the, 3 or 5 that fail. You don't want to be just terminating yourself. And then when the good models show up, when they're just awesome, everything's on side, perfect, you want to be trying to capitalize on that as best as you can. Just want to see if it wants to punch up here. We're back above half the range, so feeling pretty good about it. I'll take a partial here. If it's offered. You see at 11:03, came down, made the bottom. Mark that in your journal. Higher time frame discount array, 11:03. When you're backtesting, go mark how many ticks did your model stop you out on. So just waiting for this thing to move so I can take my partial. We'll do a couple examples. So let me know in the chat, how are you guys doing? Press 1 if you feel like you're lost. Press 2 if you are in control of yourself. Good morning. No, stay alive. No, I got some things to do. Look at it just being absolutely ruthless. Order flow doesn't want to engage. We're just stuck in this range. I wouldn't call that a unicorn, and I don't think we have any high impact news drivers today. So I wouldn't want it to come down here. If it does, it's just showing an immaculate amount of laziness and sloppiness. This is what destroys us, you guys. Like, even good analysts, it's just like, there's some sort of, if there's just like the most minor particle of negativity in your lives, this could just set that off and turn it into a big giant snowball. But When it's like, is it your fault? No. Good morning. Two somewhat. Where did you pull your lower quadrant from? You mean that purple shaded area? That's the remainder of the old week opening gap that was left open. Just out of curiosity, let's pull the actual gap. Go see what's going on here. Ditch this indicator. You know, so we just about came to half the gap if, you know, pull from the actual gap, but the purple is what was left of it. So look at how lazy this freaking thing is. That's insane. 3 if you're just annoyed. Yeah. The commercial was loud, for crying out loud. There, no more commercials. Yeah, it's brutal price action, you guys. Brutal. Like this sucks. This actually sucks. What was that daily chart doing anyway? It slams down. So maybe we just see that retracement back into the range, and then she just chops out for the rest of the day. I could see that happening too. What do we got here? There's that 15-minute order block. Man, I don't know if you guys hit that, but for crying out loud, that was freaking sweet. Look at that. It's already offered 223 ticks. Bam, beautiful. Beautiful. That's like In-N-Out burger model right there. Right there. Bam. Look at that. Shift in market structure right here. Come on. Go bigger. Go bigger. Come on, mouse. Come on, mouse. Come on. No, you go. There we go. That one. Shift in market structure with the fair value gap. Beautiful order block. In-N-Out burger model style stuff. Come on, you little bugger. Gimme. Gimme. I got my stop way by this gray shaded area here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Stunk the order flow. Nice. This might take a little minute here. Come on, Uncle Phil. Hook me up. So actually, we'll just use this as a mint example here. When you're going and back testing your model at your time, you've hit the higher time frame array. Very important, but not important on your back testing. Okay. So you're measuring, okay, this one had a 32 tick stop out and the order block was 151 ticks, right? So what would be your threshold? Maybe about 100 ticks. That's fine. And then after it played out, did it hit a buy side liquidity target? So that was like 469 ticks to the buy side. And yeah, so that would be an example of one that worked out. Come on, give me my target. It's almost there. Quit being chintzy. That was that blue shaded area. Finally got above it. I wouldn't want to see us back below half. One more minute. So you guys notice that the 53s, 03s, 33s, 57s, 27s, or no, sorry, 37s, 23s. These are price points in which the algorithm will use to shake out the emotional traders. And if it's of order flows engaged, you'll see this in a couple seconds here, 15 seconds. You're going to see it do a little eye twitch, and then that's when you want, if you see it like gyrating up and down, that's when you know it's about to be on. Right here. Want to see a little gyration here. Get that look in her eye. Snapshot. No, Alex, I hope your son is okay. Been thinking about him. "15 seconds. I didn't really see what I wanted to see. It's a little better. Here we go. A little snapshot. Okay, I'm going to front run my exit just a little bit. Right there. Yay, me. Alright, now I'm going to move my stop up to my entry, which is this breaker. And if order flow is engaged and we continue up, then we will see my targets. And I'm going to hold for that with the time stop. Okay, you guys, so that's how it's done in real time with you guys. I love you. I want you to do well. I want you to make sure that your risk is always in check. Don't destroy yourselves. Love yourselves. You guys are really good analysts. You guys are really good. You guys are doing things that everybody outside of the inner circle says does not exist. Okay, what does that mean? That means you know way more about the markets than they do and how they book price. And I was mentioning in the DM, well, let me read that because I get some doom messages and some people swirling in self-doubt and negativity, and that's normal. That's just who we are as people. And since September, I've been begging you all to have a daily loss limit, manage losses, learn how to lose and walk away. I've spent a lot of time showing you guys in real time how I deal with these frustrations. Once you know what you're doing, when you're doing it, it's all self-control. I'm getting phone calls and messages from people who are drowning in self-doubt. Your number one job is to manage losses. That's your job as a trader. That's it. That's your only job. That's all you're doing. You're managing losses, and that will bring you profits. And until you understand this, you will continue to swim in a forever sea of self-doubt. Set a daily loss limit, either something that you can follow or make it robotic, and practice losing. That's your job. Be real picky with what you're engaging with. Okay? So this here is paramount to you being consistently profitable. There is no more. There's no more videos. There's no more self-help books. There's no gonna go read Trader in the Zone. The best book that you're ever gonna read is the journal that you write. And it's like having a conversation with yourself. One of the main is like a few years ago, I was so I was pissed off a few years ago, and I wasn't pissed off because I had a TA problem. I was upset because I couldn't manage myself appropriately, and there was a boiling point where I just snapped out and lost it on myself, and that was the moment where I started to really buckle down on my rules, because I was a good analyst, a good trader. Well, maybe not trader, but good analyst. But I couldn't manage myself. The main point that I wasn't doing was managing my emotions in real time. I am such an angry hothead that, and because of my lack of experience, um, I was more angry and terrified. I was literally terrified of myself. I even told my mom, like, I am scared of myself. And it's because I wasn't managing myself appropriately. That's why I come into these markets with no fear now, because I know that my model is going to freaking bang. Our model, our order block on a higher time frame, it's going to bang. It's going to be perfect. We're going to get relatively no drawdown. Everything's going to be awesome when it's finally freaking in. But the problem is when it's not in, I sit there, you sit there, and just keep clicking. Oh, it's moving. I gotta keep clicking. Oh, it did a little thing down here. I'm just gonna short now because it looks bearish. No, that's not how it works. You're not scared of TA. You're not scared of price action. You're scared of you, because you know how powerful you are. And you got to redirect that energy into following your rules. If you take your daily loss limit and you walk away, you need to peacock around the house as if you just won the lottery. And that's clucking. There is nothing else. So we've hit 50% of the daily retracement here. So far, so far. That's clucking. There's nothing else that'll get you to where you want to be but managing your losses. Nothing. If you want to be successful at this, making sure that you're minding your risk is going to be everything. Model on the 5 and 15, buy side liquidity would touch the fair value gap on the 1 hour. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So have this on your chart. What else was I going to do? Some back testing. We hit that target. So we got this inversion fair value gap here. So if order flow is engaged, it will come down just a little bit, leave a fair value gap here. We got a shift in market structure here on the 15-minute, bleeding out from the 5. So if we continue, just like in your original class, if we continue and the algorithm bleeds out, then we'll definitely likely see my targets today. For my new friends, if I give a target, don't expect it to go directly there. Okay? You see that with yesterday and today, you're looking for the Judas. It doesn't just go straight in one direction right away. That's why we were very patient and waiting for something specific, right? That was the higher time frame discount array. Once it became obvious to me it was going down here, I mentioned just wait for that price point. And this one here, no, excuse me. It was the upper quadrant of the remainder portion, which we didn't hit, but we did hit the old week opening gap. That's what it is, mastery of self. So let's do a little bit of back testing. A 15-minute. Let's go to this guy here. I took an L and then I took a little win here. So this guy here, right? We are in deep 336 ticks. This one was a definite stop out, yeah. So this was a loss, right? So you count that as a loss. 230. This one was a butt face. No model, no play. Right here, I missed this one too. I think my mentor took this. Oh yeah, I was waiting forever. Oh yeah, I took this one. Anyway, right here, right? 7 a.m. Right up, lower high in the trend. And again, it doesn't mean you're going to hit it, but there's your model. So how many ticks in drawdown? 1. And then it offered, 1,000. Right? And that's the model at our time. We've got this one here. So we've got to stop out looking for the model. Doesn't really do it. I mean, let's just count this as a loss. Right? So we made 2 losses, depending on what your stop loss was. That'll be how much you were risking. And 1 big fat giant win. So we're still up huge, right? Now we got this guy here. This one was awesome. It wouldn't have mattered if you played it bearish or bullish. This was a winner. So I'm just going to count it as 2 wins, 2 losses. But we'll go with, let's go with the short. Because it ripped up first, so we'll go short. Come on. Come on. Arrgh. There. So this one had a stop out of 21 ticks and then offered totally, well, to sell side liquidity was 674. Even just to here, 486. That's nothing to shake a stick at. That's awesome. So what is that? 3 wins, 2 losses. Here's another one here. No model, no model, no model. Stretching it to 12. There's the model. Same thing as the 5-minute today. Shift in structure with the fair value gap. Is it a shift in structure? No. 182 tick stop. So that one might have been a loss. Depending on where you had your entry. Did you have it at the top of the order block or in the fair value gap? Right? Notice how it touched that specific price point. Look at this. Another opportunity right here with, and this is kind of what I was looking for this morning, the double tap. But this one had a 38 tick stop and then ran up to that candle with no wick for another 1,000 ticks. So, maybe 3 wins, 3 losses, depending on whatever, but still, we're up huge. We're up huge. Right? So those are the few I'm going to do for you. Now I want you to go and do it. Go and back test your model at your time. Nice. And go and see how many ticks you can harvest just simply following a model. So when you do this and you see, okay, my model played this time, it harvested this amount of ticks, go see what time it stopped running, right? Then you can go, oh, okay, well, that one was military grade, but that one wasn't. So now you have this relationship for, okay, if I take a loss here, it's okay. My model's going to be banging at least the next day. Maybe not. Maybe you take 2 days in a row of losses. Maybe you even round trip, right? But when this model's freaking in, bang! It's so awesome. You feel so good. You feel like a trader. Life's great. Yeah. So don't destroy yourselves in garbage like this. Wait for your model. There's no model here. Higher time frame, model, pizza. Yeah. So be good, you guys. Be easy. And just keep your risk in check. Send me your backtesting skills. I didn't get any London order flow charts from yesterday. Beautiful example of a stage 1, stage 2 distribution sell program. I still want to see, I want to see your breaker. I want to see your fair value gaps. I want to see everything that you do here for the London. You can just do the whole day if you want it, okay? Right to midnight. 3:45 a.m. I would say that's a 53 somewhere in there. And, or sorry, 57. And then midnight, where's that? Right, where? Wait, that's Monday. Yeah, right to here. Right to midnight. High to low, okay? All right, so still holding for terminus. I'll probably collapse it up here. I'll probably just take that. But I would still anticipate that we'd ride up here. All right, you guys. You got mine. Yes. Yes, I'm getting a lack of order flow charts. Like, I know things suck right now, okay? I get it. I get it. But when you do this for a living, this is the experience that you're going to have under your belt. You're going to go, oh, my mentor walked away. He knows his model's going to be banging. It's algorithmic. It repeats. If it's going to reverse, it's going to make our model. Sometimes it just flails out of control and doesn't give us a model, like this piece of garbage here. But that, you know, letting price move without you, big deal. Yeah. Yeah, I was making a point, when you leave and you go and do your own thing and you start doing this for real, this is going to be the foundations of you being a solid, consistent trader. Be easy, you guys. I love you. Have a great rest of your day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be safe.